So you're thinking about moving abroad and you don't even know where to start. You just know that you've been thinking about it. Perhaps something was the last straw. Maybe you just want affordable or almost free, sometimes free healthcare. Same for education. Maybe you want to live in a place with no gun violence. Maybe you just want to live in a place where you don't have to hear about politics all the time. You just want to live your life and you want more life work balance, work life balance, whichever you'd like to put first. And it's just not something you've been able to achieve where you live. I have moved abroad multiple times, and now I'm actually living in Lisbon. I've considered moving back to France, but actually I've even considered moving either to Thailand or Japan as well. So once you do make the great escape and you experience life abroad, you feel so enriched and it's such a confidence booster. You realize that there are other ways, maybe better, maybe just different. But my brain likes stimulation, variety, novelty, and just I like for things to make sense. So, anyway, I have this process that I put people through to help them figure out where they might want to live. It's a process to figure out where you might want to live. And let's say you've already decided France, definitely France. France has Paris. France has extremely rural hamlets. A hamlet doesn't even have a store of any kind. So there's a broad range. So this also helps you figure out, are you more big city, small city, town, village, hamlet, farm? What would make your heart happy? Because as I always say, it's not so much about what can you afford, what are the taxes like, this sort of thing. That is a consideration, but it's much more important to figure out how you feel or how you want to feel. Do you want easy access to become part of the community? How about the language? Are you willing to take it on to learn a new language if there is a different language from one you already know? So many factors. So I decided as a gift, I'll just put you through the workshop. And I don't know yet if this will all be in one video. That's Frank. That's my little rescue dog. Hopefully, he won't bother us too much. So, my hunch is that this will take more than one video, but I'll just do it and I'll cut it up so that it's consumable. All right, so if I'm looking down, it's at what is a worksheet, and I'll walk you through this. So I encourage you, get a notebook, large piece of paper, whiteboard, as you like. I'd probably go with a notebook, legal pad. And if you have a partner who's going to be moving with you, relocating with you, I would recommend each person fill this out separately, either at the same time or different times, but fill it out separately because sometimes that can be what breaks a move. You just assume that the other person feels the same way about something as you do. It's human nature. This will help you in a later stage to figure out where those issues might be. Typically, it takes 20 to 30 minutes to complete this. We're going to get crystal clear on your priorities, your worries, your non-negotiables, your must-haves and your must-not-haves before choosing where to go. So the first thing is you have your notebook and your pen ready. First thing is take a few minutes, take some breaths, put your feet on the floor, allow yourself to be in a relaxed, quiet environment. And I want you to write out, describe your perfect day living overseas from morning to evening. What would you wake up to? Then what would you do? You don't have to write a book, but the things that are important to you. Maybe close your eyes and just envision it, and then open them and write it out. I'd recommend you pause now and give yourself as much time as you need to do that. And then come back when you're ready. Welcome back. On to question 2. On your notebook, on your piece of paper, on your whiteboard, write out what are your top 3 reasons for wanting to leave the U.S. or for wanting to leave wherever you're wanting to leave. Take your time. I would recommend you put the first things that come to mind. And if you have more than 3, that's okay. Just whatever comes out quickly and easily without thinking. You want it to be from your heart. Pause if you need to. The next question, number 3, is what's your biggest worry about living abroad? What's your biggest worry about living abroad? Whatever that is for you, it will vary from person to person. That might be a short answer. It could be a long answer. You could have a list, but just get it out of your head. Next, how adventurous are you? I want you to rate this on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being not very adventurous to 5 being very adventurous. And then let's move on. Number 5, complete this sentence. 1 year after moving, I'll consider it a success if, and then finish that. Give it some thought, maybe a list, maybe a short answer. Next, we're going to move on to people and relationships. The first question is to write down who's relocating with you. Just you and a partner or spouse, any children, any pets. I'll say that once I moved somewhere, when I was married, when I had small children, and my spouse never said that he wasn't moving, but he actually never did move. I know, right? He never did move. It took me a while to realize he was not actually going to move, because he would just say, "Oh, I just need to tie up this one thing. I just have to finish this one thing. Work really needs me." And then after a while, it was very clear. He would visit really about 3 times a year. Anything is possible. Make sure you are clear on who's actually moving. The next question for this section is relocating with a partner or family. What is each person's number 1 must have? And what is that person's deal breaker? Make a list. Now, there might be need for compromise later on, but for right now, don't censor, don't edit. Right now, we just want to know what's their must have and what's their deal breaker associated with each person. Okay. You might want to pause if you need to. Next is, how concerned are you about what friends and family think about you moving? Not at all concerned, a little concerned, moderately concerned, or very concerned. That's probably a quick one. And now this would be a good time. Take another breath. Put your feet flat on the floor. Relax, because this is a series of things about what matters to you. And I'm going to have you rate each one from 1 to 5, with 1 being not important at all, 5 being absolutely critical. I'd also encourage you not just to put all 3s, because that's not really helpful. So I'll pause between each. I want you to check in with your gut. Check in with your gut feeling, your first response. Okay, so these are what matters to me. The first thing is warm climate year-round. Next, 4 seasons, mild climate. Next, low cost of living, high quality healthcare, fast, reliable internet, walkable neighborhoods, English widely spoken, strong local culture, large expats community, Close to an international airport. Close to the beach with access. Close to mountains, nature access. A safe neighborhood, safety in general. A good food scene, whatever that means to you. Okay, so that was it for that section. Next, we're going to go on to considerations about your health and accessibility. So, the first question in this section is, do you have any ongoing medical conditions that require regular care? You might write yes, no, you might write what they are. Do you take any prescription medications that might be hard to get abroad? You might not know. You might write out your prescriptions, write out all of your prescriptions, and then you can figure out if they're easy to get wherever you're considering later. Do you have any mobility needs? Do you use a wheelchair, cane, a walker? Do you have small children and need to use a stroller? Next, what accessibility features do you absolutely need? Elevators, ground floor living, paved sidewalks, etc. Okay. The next section is on your money and budget. The first question for this section is, what's a comfortable monthly budget for you for living overseas? What's a comfortable monthly budget for living overseas? So pay attention to that word comfortable. You don't want to take any financial stress with you. Number 2, what's your absolute maximum monthly budget? Number 3, where does this income come from? That can be important because that can affect your taxes. It can affect all kinds of things depending on the country. What percentage of your income is fixed in US dollars? Salary, pension, Social Security, an annuity, anything? Number 5, how anxious do currency fluctuations make you? Very calm about it to very anxious about it. All right. The next section is on your readiness. Trial run, for instance. This is the first question. I'm willing to do a test run for, these are your choices, 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, or I just want to move permanently right away. No need for a trial run. Next is, my earliest realistic departure date is. Maybe that's next week. Maybe it's next year. Maybe it's as soon as possible, within 3 months. Hard to say. Just put what it is for you. My earliest realistic departure date is month and year. Could you keep or rent out your U.S. home during a trial period? Yes, no, or not sure. If you are doing a trial period, it's a good idea to keep your home. If you like your home, if you think you might ever want to live there again. Renting it out can also show as a source of income, passive income for some visa purposes in some countries. So sometimes that you can use that to your advantage. Okay. The next section is your non-negotiables. My top 3 must-haves. I cannot compromise on these. 1, 2, 3. Next, my top 3 deal breakers, an instant no for me. For me, it would be really high crime or living near a cliff. I don't like cliffs. And then next, I want you to write out your relocation vision statement. I will feel successful living overseas when, that's Frank. Down, Frank. I will feel successful living overseas when. Next, let's do a confidence check. How confident right now are you about moving abroad? Not confident, very confident. This I want you to think of in terms of a 10-point scale, with 0 being not confident at all and 10 being very confident. Let's go. Okay. Now, save this, and if you have a partner, another adult who's moving with you, I want you to compare your answers, especially section C and section G. In section C is the what matters to you, and section G is your non-negotiables, the must-haves and the deal breakers. And then I want you to take another piece of paper or another part of the paper and post your top 3 must-haves from each of you. And I want you to compare your section C. That's the what matters to you. That was where you rated all the various things on a scale of 1 to 5. I want you to compare your section C and your partner's section C, or the other adult's section C, side by side for each line. Highlight any item where you differ by 2 or more points. Then take some time to talk through those gaps. Can you meet in the middle or absolutely not? Better to know now. And then agree on your shared vision before moving forward. Clarity is your first passport stamp. And I hope you've enjoyed this exercise. I think it's a nice first step. It's about you, your assumptions, your must-haves, deal breakers. It's just scratching the surface of your internal compass for where your heart would be happy, especially if you're moving with someone else. It's good to make sure you're on the same page. Now, I'm going to be doing another workshop on some other things to help evaluate different countries. And I think it's good just get a cup of tea, glass of wine, and just go through these. It will put you so far ahead. And if you hire someone to help you with your move, this will save you a lot of time early on because you will have already gone through these exercises and you'll be able to start more at an intermediate point for their help. Maybe more than that. I am Missy, and I would love to help you. Feel free to send any questions, make comments, save this, and just let me know. Thanks so much. Oh, and subscribe. Hit the bell if you would like to be notified when I'm publishing more. See you soon.